Hi, I thought we'd come together to do a fun mica powder bloom tray. I did a crackle edge. So basically I put down a layer of transparent resin. It was colored with a little bit of espresso brown. Then I put the mica powder in, and then I put transparent resin back on top. I have some videos on crackling if you want to watch them to see exactly how to do it. But for doing any piece, the edge is exactly the same. You layer your resin. I've mixed up about 11 ounces of craft resin, their tabletop version. It is a thicker viscosity resin, so it does make me switch up what I'm doing just a little bit to make it work. I also put it in my Resiner's bubbleless air pro thing because thicker viscosity resins are a little trickier to work. You're going to get more bubbles. So I wanted to give myself a good start with it. I'm going to put about an ounce in each of these cups. This first one, did I put enough in there? I think so. I always end up pouring too much. I did put a lot in this one. Let's see if we could maybe just even these two out. All right, so then I'm going to pour the rest of the resin in the mold. And you can tell by the speed in which it's moving that it is a higher viscosity resin. The lower ones will spread very quickly. This is going to take just a little more time to spread through the tray. Forgot to get a little wipe. Let's get that while it's spreading. I'm not using any alcohol inks or a traditional white for this. I am going to use, for my white, from Just Resin, it's a pigment paste called Moss. And I'm just going to take my stick and dab a bit. I do need a pretty good bit because I want to create an opaque resin. Give that a good mix around. Now, I decided to go with the mica powder bloom just in case I don't have room on the back of this tray mold to put a backing. And this bloom, because it's so full, will create a backing in and of itself. I'm just giving this a good mix. Yeah, it looks like. And you could see, because I'm a crazy stirrer, that I'm introducing bubbles now. Of course. I'm going to slow down for just a minute. I'm going to set this to the side. This is the mica powder that I used for the edge, and I'm going to use it for the inside of my bloom, again, to sort of have it look the same and become a part of the backing. So I'm going to take my little cup. And the resin is still moving into the mold. It's almost done, but I can tell by the edge that it's still flowing into the mold. Oh, I guess I should have also told you that I only let the resin warm up to 27 degrees Celsius, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. And the reason is because this is already a very thick, high viscosity resin, thicker than I normally use for my blooms. So I don't really, for myself, follow the traditional, has to warm up to a certain temperature when I'm doing this. The reason I let it warm up in other blooms is so that the resin thickens and gets ready for the bloom. Well, this resin is already thick. Now, it actually is a little warmer than what I poured in the cup and the temperature I took, because my room is a little cooler this morning. Believe it or not, the temperature is finally dropping for the season. So it is just a bit warmer. Just when I poured less into this cup, it got a little cooler. All right. Now I am going to pour these into piping bags. I have these all ready to go. Made way too much green, so I'm probably going to do the edge of some mold with it or something fun with it. And then our mica powder into a piping bag. All right. Now we're ready to start our work. I'm actually going to give this another hit of heat, or my first hit of heat. Because when I poured it in, it also creates bubbles. I just saw a couple more, got those. If I don't do this and when using a higher viscosity resin, it kind of separates my white or my color that I'm creating the bloom with. A bubble will pop up in the middle of it. That can be kind of a pain in the hiney. So I do try to ward that off with these different things that I do, using the bubble remover, hitting it with heat early. Cut just a little tip off of this. And actually, I'm going to stand up to do this so I can get a better look. All right. And since it's already thick, I'm already going to have to push, oops, went in a little bit, to get it out of the piping bag. It's not just going to drop out. Oops, got a little bit squiggly because I'm squeezing the bag. That's okay. I think it lends to the bloom. If it's not perfect, I might as well start. And like I said, this is happening because I'm squeezing the bag, but then I decided to move it a little to sort of compensate for that squeeze. And I think I will take it all the way out to the edge with my piping. All right, there's that. And now let's do our mica powder. Hopefully I made enough of this mica powder. Cut a little tip off the end. Oops, a little bit more than that. All right, and now I'm just going to go in between the little spirals. I'm also going to put a ring around the outside. to do my squiggles. On my last all the way in, I'll do my swirl. Then I'm going to do a couple more ends in between these, but I'm not going to go all the way. Just going to do a little bit. All right. And that's it for this. I did break out some bits to try to see what I was going to do. I didn't really have a good green for this, so I was thinking gold might be best, but let me just grab this one green and we'll see if it matches at all. Just check. I think it might be too bright. I think I'm leaning these two. I might do these just to be a little different today. They're just little beads, gold beads that I got from Amazon. Spread them out a little bit. All right, that's it. Now I'm just going to let it do its thing. And I'm pretty sure I'm not doing anything on the back because it's pretty full. So we will just come back when it's ready to unmold. Fingers crossed we got something cool. All right, we're back. I wanted to try to back this with something because the center bloom didn't bloom right. So I thought it would look better if I backed it, but I didn't have a lot of room. So I mixed this Let's Resin Interference Green mica powder. But as you can see, when I put it on, it went over the edge. That's okay. I can cut and sand that off. Not a big deal. Let's just see what it looks like. All right, let's see if we got anything here. Oh, wow. Oh, even though that didn't bloom right, I actually love it. The way that it looks, I like the way the edge looks. I think it came out super cool. I will have to do a little work to the side, but wow, that looks pretty.